Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 12 of Direwolf20's Let's Play. As you can see, I'm just getting logged in here and starting to head down into my mining caves that are way down at Y level 10. And the reason for that is basically I want to, mine down here at Y level 10. Hooray! So clearing out some space, make my mining tunnels just a little bit deeper and a little bit nicer to, work through. You can see in a previous, I don't even know if it was a previous episode per se, but at some point in the past I did dig through this way and found some lava, so I'm going to have to dig around a little bit and see what I can't find around this area. Another good example of why you should never dig straight down right there. And I'm going to be mining, this is a pretty high thaumic content area too. So I might just start mining off in different directions here and see what kind of fun I could have. So maybe just head down straight that way for a bit and see what cool little items I can collect. Ooh, some taint crystals, nice. And I'll mine for a little bit down here, and then I'll come back after I finish mining to deposit my items and start working on some new stuff for today's episode. I'll be right back. That's a big slime. Oh my. Cool. Just want to let you guys know, as I was mining along down here, I found this neat little open area, like a neat little cave system it looks like. There's a Thaumcraft chest over there I want to go check out ASAP. Let's see what we got. Some cool stuff to check out back there as well. Ooh, neat. Alright, anything particularly cool? Yeah, some artifacts and stuff. Nothing that's making me jump for joy, but... a lot of bad guys down that path, huh? I have an idea. Let's get home and be safe for a minute. I want to dump out all my inventory that I got anyway, and then I can go back and get that stuff. So just going to put all this junk in here that I've collected thus far. Looking good. And I'll also deposit this guy and this guy. Oh yeah, lots of stuff to sort up. Cool. How am I doing down here, by the way? I did get a few diamonds, as you can see. Hooray! Noticeably large amount of diamonds, actually. Not too bad, huh? Yeah, pretty excited about that, I'll be honest with you guys. Alright, let's go see if we can explore that area a little bit now. I've got more health. Might have despawned those skellies. Yeah, I think I did. Oh well. Definitely want to collect these neat little Thaumcraft items, and I'll be back once I've found a little bit more, and then I'm going to head back and start building. Alright, much better. Cobble? You don't know what to do with cobble? Oh my, I think we might have a full chest over here. Yeah, we do. I better upgrade that guy to a golden chest, huh? What was the iron to gold upgrade, by the way? Iron to gold chest upgrade. Alright, I can handle that. 1 of you and 8 of you. Shouldn't be too big a deal. That's the nice thing about these iron chests, being able to upgrade them in place. Ta-da! Nice. And now all the cobblestone should get sucked out of here and straight over that chest. And it did. Perfect. Exactly what I wanted to see it happen. Alright, I'm going to sort some of these items here, and then I'll come back. So you can see all my iron being cooked up. I'll just boost the speed on that a little bit. And how's my rare stuff chest looking? Pretty good. I should split this up. I usually like to have my rare chest stuff split up between bars and dusts and gems and stuff, so I might do that pretty soon. Let's go check on our Thaumcraft room. Deal with this creeper out here. I'm not afraid of you, creeper. I got nothing. Drop off my artifacts. Cool. Let's start researching some of these guys. Now, we did learn last time that researching with books was pretty helpful. I think I've got some more iron, too. I want to throw down a few more brains and jars. Maybe I'll do that. Yeah, I think I'm going to do the brains and jar thing. Going to need a few more buckets of water. Not a big deal, though, because of all the resources we've started collecting now. Yeah. let's get... Well, I've got 3 brains, so let's go with 3 buckets of water. And I really like this handy wireless remote. It is awesome. There we go. Now I'm guessing that I'm pretty low on taint. So let's see what happens when I put this in here now. Yep, see, the taint bar didn't raise at all. So we're pretty much out of taint in here. So let's do something like this. I got some iron bars I'm just going to toss in there. That should give me some good amounts of taint going on, right? And we can check with our thermometer how much taint we've got in here. Oh, wow, it used up a majority of it. Wow, I didn't even get it. All right, let's throw in something that might be a little bit more worthwhile. I wonder if these red powered gems have any kind of beast and taint value. That might be a good thing to throw in there, because I don't need quite as many as I currently have. Iron's obviously more useful than some of these gems. And some other red power stuff had a beast and taint value, so I can only assume that these might too. Cool. Let that stuff cook up. Hooray, brain and jar. Cool. So let's see how much taint this actually uses. If I've got 94 taint in there at the moment, and I throw a bucket of water in here, we should see this guy. See, he's got some taint drainage and such. There we go. So I went from 94 to 77. Oh, that's not bad. And I think on the wiki, or maybe, you know what, I think the Thaumcraft tells you how much taint is used and stuff. Where's that guy at? That's the tome. There's the Thaumcraft. Does it tell you how much taint is used? I thought it did in some spots. Yeah, there we go. So this guy, for example, 33 vis and 16 taint. Cool. Let's place our brain and jars around the sides here again. I'm going to stack you guys up there. And I think we're pretty efficient right now with this room. I might need to knock down just 2 more of these. I'll collect the books back here. And yeah, no, I'm wasting wood. I'll live. That should help, right? Oh, those brain and jar things look awesome. So let's do a little bit of research now. I'm going to grab... I've got my books to help me, you know, supplement. And bookshelves were a little bit better, as I recall, but that's all right. I'm going to research uncommon forbidden artifacts. Rare forbidden artifact. That sounds cool. I might want to be really careful about researching some of those things. I'm going to research some of these skulls. And maybe this dagger thing and see what happens. I'm going to need some more paper too while I'm at it. Gotta love those project tables. So I've only got a 26% chance of success here, but if I boost it up to 36, that's not too bad. Hooray! Fragment of lost knowledge. What do we got here? Only a 33% chance of success. Let's boost it up again as best we can, at least with the items we have right now. So that's lost knowledge. Thinking I'll throw a piece of paper in there and hope for some luck. Only a 72%. Oh, come on. Alright, let's research some of these things. There we go. Fragment of forbidden knowledge. Cool. And the forbidden stuff, I believe, is all taint related. So any items that you're researching that are forbidden, I want to say, are taint related. So keep that in the back of your mind. You'll probably get taint type stuff. And 35% chance to success again. Come on. Give me some luck here. Oh, wow. I'm really having bad luck with that. Oh, well. I'll have to research a little bit more in the future. Alright guys, I'm back in my thaumatorium now, and one of the things I want to do is start getting some more of this vis. And I'm throwing a couple earthen crystals into my condenser. It's a good time of the moon phase to do it, and I've got some depleted crystals here, so that's I'll just store those in my Thaum chest over there. I'll pull these depleted crystals out as well, and this doesn't have any, so cool. Depleted crystals I'll store in here, like I said. Now there's a couple crazy different items I want to make right now. Let's get started building some more Thaumcraft stuff, and it's going to be pretty cool. Alright, one of the first things I need is 2 pistons. I need them for 2 totally different items, but let's get started crafting them up. There we go. And one of those pistons is going to be used for a Thaumcraft item. I need to combine in my infuser here 1 piston, 1 vaporous crystal, and 1 piece of gold. So just one of those in there, and that should start charging up, doing its cool little magical thing, and get me an animated piston. How cool is that? Now next I'm going to need a few pieces of wood, and I don't have any, so I'm going to go outside real quick and collect them. I'll be right back. There we go, got some wood. Going to combine it with another one of these earthen crystals, and get myself some more of those enchanted wood. Nice. Now I can take my crafting table, just a normal old crafting table, combine the enchanted wood, the animated piston, and the golden ingots here to get myself an arcane boar. This guy is cool. I'm a big fan of the arcane boar. I think it's one of the most visually impressive items in Thaumcraft, at least I think so, of the ones that I've seen so far. Let's get using it. Now next we're going to need what's called a Thaumian ingot. And to get that, you just combine a crystal with a piece of iron and you get one Thaumian ingot. Cool. Now it does drain a whole crystal for this Thaumian ingot, and you can use them to craft your vanilla tools. So if we take a look here, you can see you get a Thaumium helm, you get some armor, you can also get some shovels and stuff, and pickaxe and Thaumium axe and all that cool stuff. But what I'm looking for to get here is the arcane tinkering tools. Now I'm going to need another piece of enchanted wood here. So let me go get right through here. I want to grab another one of these earthen crystals that I've got a decent amount of. Again, earthen crystals, because we're near a jungle biome, they're pretty common. Let's go ahead and combine earthen crystal with one more piece of wood to get some more of that enchanted wood. I'm going to store... Oh, I even had excess in here. Oh well. Let's combine the enchanted wood with the redstone and the Thaumian ingots, as you guys saw in the recipe there for the arcane tinkering tools. Now this is pretty much like your wrench from Buildcraft or Industrial Craft. You use it to manipulate your machines and a couple other things in Thaumcraft. Now the last component here that I need to do is make an arcane focus. You can see the recipe for this guy requires a Vis crystal and 4 pieces of iron, so I've got that all ready to go. There we go, Vis crystal, arcane focus. We're ready to start playing and having fun with our arcane boar. There's 1 or 2 more components that we're going to need here. First off, we're going to have to combine a noticeable amount of glowstone with redstone. And I'm going to let that process up into Nitor. And you can see it's draining some of my Vis here, so I might need to go throw some items into my Vis. I'll take care of that in a minute. Alright, 16 should be good. And I'm going to combine some more redstone now with some coal. And when I combine redstone and coal together, I get alumentium. So alumentium and Nitor are the 2 items we're combining. And we're draining a lot of our Vis here. Looks like we're getting kind of low and almost only taint is left, but that's alright. Are we almost done there? Yeah, looking good. Cool. Now, if we combine our alumentium and our Nitor, remember, I showed you guys in the past, we get these arcane singularities, which are really neat. But before we can get much more of that, we're going to need a little bit more Vis. And you can see my condenser is producing a bit, but we need a little bit more. So let's pick a few items here. Remember, I found that sapphires and red power 2 crystals seem to be a pretty good source of Vis and stuff, so let's get a few. I'll grab a couple of rubies. It sounds like a good thing to do. And I've got a few other items here if this is enough, but hopefully it is. And note that there's only taint left in there. Hopefully that's a good amount of items. Get me all the arcane singularities I'm going to need here. We're going to need a good amount of them. I'm not sure exactly how many, but decent enough. Oh, looks like it's running low again. Almost there, too. Let's throw a bone in. Wonder how much Vis that's worth. Probably not a lot. But maybe enough? You know what I bet I can do? Enchanted wood should be worth a good amount, right? There we go. Nice. And the convenient thing about the arcane bore here is that it can hook up to stone transport pipes. So I just pulled some of that out of my mod items chest there, and I'm going to start working on this arcane bore now. Alright guys, I'm now going to sleep through the night, and then head outside and see if we can't find a good spot to put this thing. Now, I've honestly not used this before in an actual Let's Play environment, so I don't know how deep it'll go. I do have plans to use the arcane bore for some neat contraptions in the future, but I haven't quite gotten to the resource level I need to yet to use it in a neat, crazy, interesting way. So for now, what I'm going to do is just kind of hook it up on one of these islands over here. Not too far away from my house at the moment, and, you know, not too bad, but I would like to check it out. So let's get this guy built. All I got to do is place this thing here, and you can see I just took care of a bunch of mushrooms, and then place down the arcane bore somewhere. I'm going to place it right there. Cool. In the arcane bore, on the top slot, you need to place your arcane focus. And you can see there's several different types of arcane focuses, or foci if you wish. I know I pronounced cacti wrong in a previous episode. I got a lot of comments for that one. There's the vanilla one, which is just a medium range and narrow focus. But you can get some with better range, better focus, and all these different other neat different effects. So we'll stick with this one for now because we need to discover these. You can see that the arcane focuses are theories and discoveries, so we have to deal with that. Now, to rotate this guy, we need to use our arcane tinkering tool. So we want this little thing right here to be facing straight down. That's the direction that the thing's going to be running in. And then finally, we can run some transport pipes here, some stone ones, out the top. So to get up there, and then just shift-click on the top to get your transport pipe hooked up. And the transport pipe will, let's run it back this way a little bit. I want to make sure it's a nice, decent distance away. There we go. That should be good. And the transport pipe there will transport all the items that the arcane bore collects. The final piece of the puzzle here are the arcane singularities. So the arcane focus is what determines, you know, how powerful this drill is, and then the arcane singularities fuel the drill. And the arcane focus here will take damage over time, so we need to be cognizant of the fact that that thing could get damaged in a little bit, and we might need to replace it. Not a big deal. The final piece of this puzzle is a redstone signal. Just activate it, and it should start running. Hey, cool. It's digging for me. And all the items that it's digging up are going to be pumped through the transport system there. How awesome is that? Oh yeah, and it gets pretty fast too. I like it. And you can see all the items getting sucked up there. Pretty neat little effects going on. Very cool. So I'm going to let that guy run for a bit and then maybe come back and see how we made out. And it's still running, as you can see, but wanted to give you guys the little look here. The arcane focus is starting to take some durability damage, and the arcane singularities are getting used up. And I guess this little progress bar tells you how much energy is left in the current singularity that's powering this arcane bore. So you can see it pulling items up from a pretty long distance away. How awesome is that? And I'm kind of interested to see how well it goes. Alright, looks to me like our arcane bore here is pretty much wrapping up. I think it's almost done. Yeah, it looks to be. So I'm going to power it off. So how'd we do? About 2.5 arcane singularities there. We got pretty deep down, but it looks like we mostly collected just dirt and cobble. Now, it's probably a result of the fact that I started this at such a high Y level. My plan with this arcane bore is to probably head down to a deeper Y level, you know, hanging around 10 or 11 or something like that, and then start running it from down there. But that is pretty awesome. I think I'm going to have more to do with this arcane bore in the future. For now, I'm going to cover up this deep dark hole that I just created. And remember, the focuses can make it a little better too. And I'm going to move on to something a little different for now, because I want to use this guy deep down in a cave in a future episode probably. But for now, I need to lay some groundwork for some Buildcraft stuff. So I'm putting on my boots of striding here, as you can see, and I'm going to start running off in this direction. There's something that I found an episode or two back, and I'd like to check it out again. So, just going to run off here, and I'll be back in a few minutes once I've found what I'm looking for. You know what? As a matter of fact, I don't mind being on camera for this bit. You can see there's this neat little ravine that I found earlier. This is just running off in the same direction I was going from my house a moment ago. Pretty cool looking. I really like how those... if you have a ravine in a jungle, it like reaches all the way down to the bottom with those vines and stuff. That is just awesome. Let's head off in this direction. I believe this is the direction that leads to the desert area. Yep, it is. And right on the corner of this desert here, you can see this big old oil well. Awesome. Oil is a Buildcraft resource. Let's see if I can get up here to the top of this oil well. Looks like a decent size one too by the oil spurt coming out the top. So maybe I need to, you know, clean up some of the trees in this area. Could use the wood anyway, right? There we go. And how about I clean this mess up and I'll be right back. So yeah, this oil well is a pretty big mess. I need to clean it up a little bit, and the best way to do it is to start pumping it out. So I need to build some items here, and what I've decided is to build a nice little oil refinery right out here in the desert. So I'm going to clear out some desert land and pretty much build an oil refinery right here. It's going to be, you know, partial oil refinery, maybe just a bit of a Buildcraft area for general Buildcraft building. So we'll see how it goes as time progresses, but for now, I'm just going to clean this area up. I'm probably going to go sleep through the night, because it'll be easier to clean this up in the daytime, and build a, you know, standard kind of house to live in. Alright, and by standard house, I mean a 9x9, of course. Nice little work area to function in, and thanks to the wonders of the Philosopher's Stone, I can quickly make this look a little bit nicer. Beautiful, isn't it? Much nicer looking. Oh yeah, fancy. I think the door could go right here. That might not be bad. I've got a lot of sand at the moment. I should probably at least keep one stack out here on my person while I do my work. So thank you, resupplying Digger's bag. Awesome. Let's get some more of this stuff. I'm going to need a door. Lovely. And the door should probably have a pressure plate on the inside, like I always like to have. Cool. So that is going to be my, at least the starting of my little functional home away from home, where I'm going to have some oil refining going on. Why don't I get situated? I'm going to need some more of this cactus for what I need to do next, so I'm going to collect some and be back. And while cactus isn't a terribly rare resource, especially once you've found a desert biome like this, it might be a good idea for me to get a little bit of a cactus farm going on. Nothing too complicated just yet, but for now, just get, you know, a basic one going. Not even automated yet. Just a simple, straightforward cactus farm. And I'll manually harvest those for now, but don't worry, I'm going to automate that pretty soon. You don't even need any mods to automate a cactus farm. It's pretty simple. Cool. Let's head back home for a minute, because there's one or two things I need to add to this house before I can proceed. And yeah, I know it's a wooden door, but that's okay. I'm not worried about it just yet. What I want to do next is probably place something like this. Give me a moment here. Now, this little Buildcraft room is pretty far away from my main house, so I'm thinking I need to get myself a couple more of these obsidian sticks, and also craft up a new teleport system to get over there. So one of these guys is going to go and make its way towards being a Rether Pearl, and I'm going to make another one of those wireless receivers out of that guy with one of my obsidian sticks. The other one is going to be here with a couple of diamonds, and yep, I do need to use diamonds for this, so why don't I get them ready? And some iron, which I'm pretty sure I have on me already. Yeah, I do. Cool. Another one of these portal spawners down here. And let's see if I can remember the bowl recipe for the stone bowl. There it is with this guy. Should get me my receiver dish. Sounds good. And do I have any more of these stone wafers? No, I just have the one. So let's just throw and get one piece of smooth stone in here. There we go. Lost one. That's alright. I'll collect it later. There we go. Upgrade this guy to a stone wire. And if I recall correctly, was it something like this that I need to do? Something like that I need to do. Alright, what's the recipe here? Ah, it's 2 stone wires. Okay. I was close. Very close. Alright, there we go. So, obsidian stick, stone wafer, and receiver dish. Where'd you go? There you are. Wireless receiver. And this guy. Awesome. And I said I'd collect this stuff later, and I cooked up some of the cactus that I collected as well. So I'm just laying the groundwork here. I'm probably going to have to swing back next episode to do the rest of the work that I want to do in the little Buildcraft room. But for now, I'm going to reset this portal and clear this area out. Right down here, I'm thinking, is where I'll put my wireless guy. And maybe set this guy to frequency 2. And we'll call this Buildcraft base. Set the name for frequency 2. Awesome. And then I need my screwdriver. I left that back home, didn't I? Yep, that's alright. Should be in my mod items chest, which also apparently I'm going to have to update pretty soon because it's pretty full. Not a big deal. Yeah. So if I rotate this guy up like so, then I should be able to do this. Cover the wall up, make it into smooth stone to make it look nice. And again, we're going to set this guy to the orange portal. Now, if I pulse frequency 2, it should open it up. Cool. And I can get in there. So now I use my wireless remote on frequency 2 to get to my Buildcraft base, which will be really handy because, you know, it's a long way away from my main base. And maybe I'll set up some kind of travel system in the future, but for now, this will work. So, get back home with frequency 1, and use frequency 2 to get to where I need to go. So put down that guy, and then frequency 2 gets me back to my Buildcraft base. Probably would be a good idea to light this room up. Yep, not a bad idea. Cool. So now I need to start collecting this oil. And the best way to collect oil is to store it in tanks. Just some glass in a square like that will get you some tanks. And I'm going to place the oil tanks right up along this side of the wall. That should be good. Okay. And then I need to transport my oil and to pull it out of the ground. So the way to get your oil out of the ground here, first off, you're going to need a gear. You're going to have to upgrade this gear all the way up to iron. So not a big deal. And then you're also going to need an iron pickaxe for this process. And an iron pickaxe, an iron gear, and some redstone, and some of this stuff. And I think the iron gear needs to be on the... There we go. Yeah, mining well. A mining well in Buildcraft doesn't use a lot of energy, but it'll dig straight down. One, you know, block, but all the way down to bedrock. So it's a pretty neat, but pretty inefficient mining device. But you can upgrade it to a pump by putting a liquid tank on top. Now it has the capacity to pump water. We're also going to want, I think I want to say about that many wooden gears. That should be good, 6 of them. We're going to need, let's say, well, yeah, probably should do all 4 iron ingots, but we'll see. Let me think it through for a sec. Alright, so I've decided I'm not going to go with wooden engines for this. I'm actually going to take 2 of these guys and upgrade them to stone gears. And I'm going to go ahead and craft up a steam engine. For that, we just need some pretty simple materials here. There we go, a piston, stone gears, a piece of glass, and 3 pieces of cobble along the top will get me a steam engine. These guys are pretty efficient. They're not the best engines in the game, but they can use coal coke, or just regular coal or charcoal to run. So I've got my pump that'll pump liquids out of the ground. In this case, it's going to be oil. And I've got a steam engine to power the pump. The last thing I need are some waterproof pipes. And hopefully I'll have enough here. 16 might be enough, but if not, I can always get more. By using golden transport pipes, we can transfer items. But place your cactus green dye in a crafting table all by itself, and you get pipe waterproofing. So you can see why we're going to need some cactuses, or cacti, as I was properly corrected. So there we go. Pipe waterproofing gives us a golden waterproof pipe. Awesome. So let's get up here. I don't know if 16 is going to be enough, but we'll see pretty soon. So what I want to do is build up to the top of this big oil geyser. It's a pretty decent sized one, it looks like, so that's good news for us. Yeah, it is. There we go. And I'm just going to build out a nice little structure here. There we go. That might be too high. Whoops, didn't mean to fall down there. Get back up. Yeah, this needs to be 1 block higher, so let's do that. There we go. That should be good. And when I place my pump right here, it's going to extend a little pump arm down right into that oil geyser. You might not be able to see it right now, but that's okay. And then I can knock this guy off here and place down my steam engine. Cool. And the steam engine is going to power this pump. And all you need for your steam engine is some fuel. So I'm going to put my coal coke in there because that's some good stuff. And the steam engine should start pumping the oil out of the ground, but it needs somewhere to go. And that's where my golden waterproof pipes come in. We're just going to run a nice little golden waterproof pipe system right along the wall here. Now, the reason I'm using golden, I always prefer to use gold for my waterproof pipes. It's just kind of a habit I've gotten into, and 16 is definitely not going to be enough. I need like twice as many as this. So I'm going to have to come back after I find myself some more waterproof pipe stuff. But yeah, I've just kind of gotten into a habit of using golden pipes because they can transfer a lot more liquids than a stone one could. And at this point, it's not gold that I'm worried about, it's cactus. So I'm going to go find some more cacti, and I'll be back. There we go. Got myself some more stuff, but I'm going to need to head back to my base here and get a couple more pieces of gold I forgot to grab while I was here. That ought to be enough, I hope, but maybe a couple more just in case. So heading back through here, I'm going to make some more gold and waterproof piping. That is hopefully plenty. And Buildcraft pipes, you'll start to have a huge surplus of them as you get going with them. This is kind of a fun way to do it. Hang on one sec. Alright, I was one or two pieces short of what I needed, but hopefully I'm good now. So there we go. See? Look how close I was. Alright, so that should be connected. Awesome. Now all we got to do is activate that pump up there, and it should start pumping all that oil straight into my refinery. Brought some ladders with me. Hope there's enough. We'll find out in about a minute, I guess, if there are or not. That should be a good spot to start climbing. Oh yeah, that's cool. And I'm going to have an automated process in the future here to turn this pump on and off as needed, and I'll probably not even have the steam engine here for a while, but this is just to get started. So activate our steam engine and it should start pumping, and you can see all the liquid starting to travel through the liquid transport pipe there. Cool. Ta-da! And that little mechanical arm is going to move straight down and pump up the next bit of oil. So you can see it just pulled out another source block from that oil well. And it's going to move on down and pull out the next source block. Awesome. I'll be back in a minute once we've made a little bit of progress with this. And you can see it's kind of, dug down a little bit deeper here. And it's going to hopefully suck up all those source blocks down there. It looks like it is. Cool. There it goes. And that'll clean up this big mess of an oil spawn. Now, because this was a geyser, it's a pretty good indication that there's a noticeably large oil well on the bottom of this big geyser. So if we were to dig straight down right now, we'd see this big, huge oil well sitting down underground. But for now, I'm not going to do that. I'll be back again once we've cleaned up some more of this oil. So cool, watching that thing do its thing. All right, so it's going along pretty well there. And you can see I had to kind of cover this up to block oil from flowing all over the place. And the oil is being collected in my tanks. And next episode, I'm going to have to come back and show you guys how to use and process all this awesome oil. But for now, unfortunately, it's a pretty good wrapping up point. I've managed to complete my oil thing. I'm going to let this run. Oh, you can see I cleared out a lot of the source blocks up there, so we're already cleaning this up. But as I said, I made some pretty good progress today. Got a couple things done that I wanted to. And then next episode, like I said, I'll be back to show you guys how to use that oil. And maybe we'll get started on some of the Buildcraft coolness that we can do. And following that, who knows where it'll lead us. So this is Direwolf20 signing off on episode 12 of Direwolf20's Let's Play. Hope you guys are having a good time. Take it easy.